In this episode, we're reviewing a vegan hot chocolate from Pour Hot Chocolate. It's an instant vegan hot chocolate that just requires 4 teaspoons of the chocolate powder. Put the milk in the pan and warm the milk. Pour Hot Chocolate recommend using an oat milk. Then pour the milk into a cup and stir. It's as simple as that. So I've been looking at the prices of vegan hot chocolates, and they seem to range from around $3.99 right the way up to around $23.95. So at £6.20, this vegan hot chocolate from Pour Hot Chocolate is actually pretty well priced, right in the middle of the range. So this channel is all about health and well-being, and one of the things about health, I think, is the mental kind of health and stress. And for those people who have got kids, kids can bring, this is my daughter by the way, kids can bring their own stress.
Not me.
You definitely do. And one of the things we used to do was, from about the age of 11, Amber and I used to go out on a Saturday morning and just spend some time together over hot chocolate. And it was an opportunity for me as a parent to get into Amber's world and understand what was going on for her, and try and listen without judgment and give her an outlet, but also give me the opportunity, if she wanted to hear another perspective, to give her that. What was your take on it as a kid?
Well, it was kind of like a routine thing. I'd look forward to every Saturday because we'd always go out on Saturday morning. And it was a really nice space for me to talk about whatever was on my mind, talk about school, personal matters, whatever was stressing me out or whatever made me happy. I was able to sit and freely talk about it. And it was really nice to have that like specific time, that connection with you.
It was really one-on-one.
It was, yeah.
It was undivided attention because we used to go out and do this somewhere else, so it was just the two of us.
Yeah. Well, hot chocolate kind of became almost like an icon for that, didn't it, really?
It did.
It was like hot chocolate meant that I would get time with my dad and I would be able to talk about whatever was on my mind. It was like a form of relaxation, warmth, because you get that warm feeling when you drink hot chocolate as well. It's kind
very
of
homely, isn't it?
Yeah. So, and even to this day, I don't live with my dad anymore, but even to this day, whenever I have hot chocolate, I always think about it.
So I think we should just dive in and try this.
I've
this
been
hot
eyeing
chocolate. It looks amazing.
It does look
We're
good.
just sitting here looking at froth actually on top of this, because what we did is we popped this into our NutriBullet and blended it to just give it some froth on top. So it's got that nice frothy texture that you'd have if you went out for hot chocolate. Right, so come on.
Yeah, all right.
Cheers.
It's
That-
good.
Yeah, do you know it's the froth that we mentioned.
Really adds to it. It's like nice texture on top.
It's silky. It's
Smooth. Well balanced.
and the powder is blended in as well. Because sometimes I find with powdered drinks,
Can clump a little bit, can't
yeah,
it?
it clumps, but also you get a powdery taste, and there's none of that powdery feel or taste in this.
That feels kind of like real. You know, like when you eat real food, you can tell the difference
wholesome.
between processed, can't you? I found with this, I don't get that kind of processed taste. Do you find that?
Yeah, I do. It just tastes really nice. Let's take a look at the packaging and the ingredients. I mean, it's got a really nice sort of package and feel to the
Almost
package.
premium, isn't it? Almost.
It is. Feels like the ingredients have been taken care of. The ingredients are unrefined organic cane sugar, fat-reduced organic cocoa powder, oat powder, unrefined organic coconut sugar, coconut milk powder that is, salt, and cocoa solids. So when I look at this from a health point of view, I think that a lot of hot chocolates have just normal sugar in them, but this is unrefined organic sugar cane, which is a higher quality, less processed type of sugar. So from a health point of view, this is a bit better than most hot chocolates that you would get on the market. Personally, I'd like to see a bit less sugar in it. I mean, without obviously affecting the taste. But
just from a health perspective, isn't it really?
Yeah. From a kind of a chocolate snob's point of view, I like raw cacao. This has got coca in it, so it's been a little bit more processed, and it's got oat powder in it as well, which means that it's probably not gluten-free. I would imagine it's not gluten-free, so it probably does contain that. I like that it's a vegan hot chocolate because there's no dairy in it, and I have a dairy intolerance, so it's really good for me. So for anyone who has a dairy issue, this would be great. The other thing is, when we used to go out for hot chocolates, we would sometimes go to different places, and it was rare that we would find somewhere that would cater for a dairy allergy.
Yeah,
so
it was, yeah.
It'd be great to see something like this in more shops. So people who own cafes and bars and restaurants, this is what you should be getting.
Can I just say something as well? Like, not just cafe, restaurant. If you're travelling, this is perfect, because if you look at it, it's really thin, and it's really, like, you can flat pack it. You can always just, like, put it in the back of your rucksack if you're going somewhere. And I really like that, because I recently went travelling and I would love to have had something like this with me. And all you need is just a little bit of milk, and
what you going
with that, yeah.
What I think about this as well is that if you're looking at your health and you're used to drinking and eating a lot of highly processed things, and you want something that's just nice for a bit of comfort, that's a little bit healthier, this would be a great transition from something that's really unhealthy into something that's a bit better. So I would say that. The other thing I would add as well, that I like the idea of this, just reading from the front of the packaging, it says on here about for every sachet that you buy, the company Pour Chocolate, they will undertake one act of kindness, and I really like the idea of that when I buy something good is going to happen somewhere else in the world as a result of that. And I'd really love to know more about that and how that works. So I was interested in the brand, so I asked the founder of Pour Hot Chocolate, Jared Kier, how he got started.
The reason I started it is because I saw a need for it. And like many people, I'm allergic to milk, and I'm also part vegan. And so, growing up and going to camps and different things, and you're sitting around the bonfire and they give you hot chocolate and you're like, I'm allergic to milk, and then they just put cocoa powder and water, or there's no alternative. It doesn't taste very nice, or you feel left out. And so after years of just having to say no, I actually moved to Switzerland for a year, and I saw they're a chocolate loving country. And I was also offered hot chocolate there, and I had to say no as well. There's no alternatives, and so I came back to Scotland about 10 months ago, and I thought about this. I don't know, it just came to me, and I realised, and I looked on the internet and I looked everywhere, and I couldn't find any good tasting, all natural vegan hot chocolate. It didn't exist. And so I thought there's the opportunity, and it meets a need for me, so I'm sure it will meet a need for so many people. And so I started it, made it up myself, and I realised it tasted pretty good.
The other thing that interested me about Pour Hot Chocolate was the random acts of kindness that they promised with each purchase. So I wanted to find out a bit more about that too.
That the most important thing we can do in our lives is to make an impact, and no matter how small or big that is. And I took this as an opportunity, a learning experience, and also an opportunity to meet a need, and also an opportunity to really make an impact. And so every pouch we sell, we dedicate random acts of kindness for strangers. And it's something small, but we really believe that that through small, simple things, great things come to pass. The things that we've been able to do so far have dramatically changed the lives of the people that we've touched. We've been able to give compliments of appreciation. We've been able to reach out to people, to donate food and clothes.
I'll add a link in the description for the hot chocolate powder so that you can go and get yourself some of this. If you've enjoyed this video as much as we've been enjoying this hot chocolate, please do hit the like button. And if you'd like to see more reviews and interviews around health and well-being, please do hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so you get notified of all of our latest uploads. And also, if this video has been helpful to you, share it please, or if you know a friend or family member who can help, please share it with them too so that they can enjoy this channel. Tell your teacher to pop that in your morning snacks.